Friends, the continued stalemate in eastern Ladakh has been a matter of concern for most of us. Now, the open sources information suggests that there has been no forward movement of late and that the Chinese are digging their heels. I have a suspicion that the government of India is not being properly advised in that the Chinese intentions that seem to be reflected to the government or recommended to the government are that the Chinese will go back after a little while. There's an argument that's being circulated in the social media that Chinese, after all, left after 9 years from Samdrungchu. We need to disabuse ourselves of certain notions and assumptions. Samdrungchu happened in late 80s or middle 80s. Since then, much water has flown down the Brahmaputra. Thereafter, much has changed. The power asymmetry has grown tremendously and it is still growing. Recently, Chinese Foreign Minister and State Councillor Wang Yi visited the PLA headquarters of 1962 war in Tibet and laid wreath over there. The Chinese are laying fiber optic cables and power lines on the eastern bank of Pangong Tso. They made a boat plaza over there, marine plaza, for their boats to come and anchor. They are occupying heights. They have come forward in the Psang plains and stopping our patrols going to various patrol points like 10, 11, 12, etc. The Chinese are not there to just get up and go away. They are not there to make a point. After all, they brought in 3 divisions, Special Operations Forces. They brought their aircraft and helicopters forward. They made roads quickly. So they mean business, and they are here to basically assert their claims, fortify that claim, and show to the world that they are the real boss of the region, and that other countries like India that may harbor any notions of independent foreign policy, sovereignty and territorial integrity can really take a hop. I have a suspicion that the Indian officialdom is hoping that the Chinese will go back. And I think the military is also hoping that the Chinese will go back after some time. These assumptions are wrong. These assumptions we are going to pay dearly for making these false assumptions, incorrect assumptions. I think it is time to tell China that we understand what they want and that it's not acceptable to us and that we will extract costs for that and ultimately force them to get back. So therefore, instead of hoping that the Chinese will go back and therefore limiting our policy options is not the right way to go about this time. I think we must openly embrace Quad. We must straightway invite Australia to join Malabar exercise. Prime Minister did not wish Dalai Lama on his birthday. I think it is a good time to call him over at local landmark and to discuss with him the future of Tibet. I think our relations with Taiwan need to be upgraded. And we should ban Huawei and ZTE, etc. openly, instead of just tweaking a line to make it convenient for an official to deny them entry and then get India enmeshed into legal tangles. We must say that it is on national security grounds and that we cannot have a company from an adversary coming into a strategic sector or any sector for that matter. So it is time to come up front, time to be bold, be prepared for consequences, to retrieve national honor. If we cannot even safeguard our territorial integrity, we cannot hope to become a regional security provider. We cannot talk loudly and claim to the great power status, and therefore the world will laugh at us if we cannot even maintain our territorial integrity. Time to act, and I think it is for the political leadership to read the Riot Act to the officialdom and start working hard on implementing policies rather than trying to delay, trying to drag their feet in the hope that Chinese will get back. I hope the political leadership takes this issue seriously. I hope you agree with me. Thank you.